Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome to Islamic Wisdom. Today we discuss zakat. Zakat, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, is an obligation that holds immense significance both spiritually and socially. It purifies wealth, uplifts the needy, and fosters equality. Yet many myths and misconceptions surround it, leading to confusion. In this video, we will explore 40 common myths about zakat and provide evidence from the Quran, Hadith, and actions of Prophet Muhammad to debunk them. Let's dive in and uncover the truth behind this beautiful act of worship. Myths and misconceptions about zakat, with proofs. 1. Zakat must be given in cash only. Myth. People believe zakat has to be paid in cash, dismissing other forms of wealth. Proof. During the Prophet's time, zakat was often paid in grains, dates, livestock, or clothing. Allah says in the Quran, "And spend, in charity, out of what we have provided for you." Surah Al-Baqarah 2, 267. Zakat is not restricted to cash and can be given in any form of wealth. 2. Gold worn as jewelry is exempt from zakat. Myth. Gold jewelry is often believed to be zakat-free. Proof. The Prophet warned against withholding zakat on gold and silver. If anyone wears gold and silver and does not pay what is due on it, they will be punished on the day of resurrection. Sunan Abu Dawud 1563. 3. Zakat is not required on livestock. Myth. Livestock is exempt from zakat. Proof. The Prophet specified zakat rates for livestock, including camels, cows, and sheep. Sunan Abu Dawud. 4. Zakat can only be paid during Ramadan. Myth. Zakat can only be paid in Ramadan. Proof. Zakat is due annually when wealth exceeds nisab for a lunar year. Ramadan is often chosen for its blessings, but it is not mandatory. 5. Only men are obligated to pay zakat, not women. Myth. There is a misconception that women are exempt from paying zakat. Proof. Women who own wealth exceeding the nisab threshold are equally obligated to pay zakat. Asha, Ra, and other female companions of the Prophet were known to fulfill this obligation. 6. You have to inform the recipient that it's zakat money. Myth. Recipients must be told that the money is zakat. Proof. The Prophet emphasized discretion and humility in charity. The best charity is that given in secret. Sunan Ibn Majah 2396. 7. Zakat can be paid to fund a mosque. Myth. Contributing to mosque construction fulfills zakat. Proof. Zakat is restricted to 8 specific categories of recipients. Surah At-Tawbah 9, 60. Mosques are not included among them. 8. Zakat must only benefit the receiver, not the giver. Myth. Zakat is solely for the financial benefit of the recipient. Proof. Zakat benefits both the giver and receiver. It purifies wealth, fosters compassion, and brings spiritual blessings. The Quran says, "Take, O Muhammad, from their wealth a charity by which you purify them and cause them to increase." Surah At-Tawbah 9, 103. 9. Zakat is outdated and doesn't apply to modern wealth. Myth. Zakat is only relevant to traditional forms of wealth like gold or crops. Proof. Zakat applies to all forms of wealth, including stocks, savings, and modern investments, as long as they meet the nisab threshold and are held for a lunar year. 10. Personal debts can always be deducted from zakat calculation. Myth. Debts, regardless of type or duration, reduce zakat liability. Proof. Only immediate, payable debts can be deducted, not long-term loans or mortgages. 11. Immediate family members can receive zakat. Myth. Parents, spouses, and children can receive zakat. Proof. The Prophet disallowed zakat to dependents but permitted it for other needy relatives. 12. Paying taxes is equivalent to paying zakat. Myth. Paying government taxes fulfills the zakat obligation. Proof. Taxes are civic obligations, while zakat is an act of worship with spiritual objectives. 13. Zakat is unnecessary if you don't feel spiritually connected. Myth. Zakat can be skipped if you don't feel close to Islam. Proof. Zakat is an obligatory act of worship and must be fulfilled regardless of emotional or spiritual state. It serves as a way to reconnect with Allah and strengthen faith. 14. Zakat isn't due on inheritance or gifts. Myth. Wealth received as inheritance or a gift is exempt from zakat. Proof. Inherited or gifted assets are zakat eligible if they exceed nisab and are held for a lunar year. 15. Rich individuals never qualify for zakat. Myth. Wealthy people can never be eligible to receive zakat. Proof. The Quran includes categories like debt-ridden individuals or those striving in Allah's cause as eligible for zakat, regardless of their overall wealth. Surah Hataba 9:60. 16. Silver or platinum ornaments do not require zakat. Myth. Some think only gold is subject to zakat, excluding silver and other precious metals. Proof. Silver is explicitly included in zakat rulings. Sunan an-Nasa'i 24:45. Platinum and other valuables are zakat eligible if their value exceeds nisab. 17. Zakat rates differ by region or culture. Myth. The percentage of zakat varies based on local customs. Proof. Zakat rates, such as 2.5% for wealth, are fixed and universally applicable according to Islamic teachings. 18. Loans exempt you from paying zakat. Myth. Being in debt exempts you from paying zakat entirely. Proof. Only immediate debts that reduce your wealth below nisab exempt you from zakat. Long-term loans, like mortgages, do not affect your obligation. 19. Zakat can be combined with general charity. Sarkah. Myth. A single donation can count as both zakat and sarkah. Proof. Zakat is an obligatory act, separate from voluntary sadaqah. The Prophet stated, Allah has made zakat obligatory as a right upon their wealth. Sahih Bukhari 1496. 20. Zakat can fund non-Muslim governments. Myth. Zakat can be handed over to governments, even if they don't distribute it per Islamic principles. Proof. Zakat must directly benefit eligible categories mentioned in the Quran. Surah Hataba 9:60. 21. Zakat doesn't apply to bank savings. Myth. Money held in savings accounts is exempt from zakat. Proof. Bank savings exceeding nisab and held for a lunar year are zakat eligible. 22. You don't need to calculate zakat precisely. Myth. Estimating the amount of zakat owed is enough. Proof. Precise calculations are necessary to ensure justice and proper distribution. The Prophet encouraged accuracy and fairness in all dealings. 23. Zakat doesn't apply to unused property or land. Myth. Property or land that isn't rented or used doesn't require zakat. Proof. If the property is intended for trade or investment, it is subject to zakat. Idle property without such intent may not require zakat. 24. Zakat is valid even if given reluctantly. Myth. Zakat fulfills its purpose even when given unwillingly. Proof. Intention, niyah, is essential in all acts of worship. The Prophet said, actions are judged by intentions. Sahih Bukhari. Zakat must be given sincerely. 25. Zakat can be used for personal gain. Myth. Temporarily withholding zakat or diverting it for personal benefit is permissible. Proof. Zakat is a trust and must reach eligible recipients promptly. Misusing it violates the essence of Islamic teachings. 26. Zakat can be delayed for personal emergencies. Myth. Zakat can be postponed during tough financial times. Proof. Zakat must be paid promptly when wealth exceeds nisab, regardless of personal challenges. 27. Cryptocurrency holdings don't require zakat. Myth. Cryptocurrencies are exempt from zakat. Proof. Modern scholars include cryptocurrencies in zakat calculations if their value exceeds nisab and they are held for a year. 28. Zakat isn't relevant if wealth fluctuates below nisab during the year. Myth. If wealth dips below nisab at any point, zakat isn't required for that year. Proof. Zakat is due if wealth remains above nisab for 1 lunar year, even if it briefly dips below during that time. 29. Zakat must be in the same physical currency notes. Myth. Zakat must be paid using the exact notes calculated. Proof. The essence of zakat lies in transferring wealth to recipients. The form of the currency doesn't matter as long as the amount is correct. 30. Zakat cannot be given anonymously. Myth. Donors must disclose to recipients that the money is zakat. Proof. Anonymous giving is encouraged in Islam to maintain sincerity. The Quran says, "If you disclose your charity, it is good, but if you conceal it and give it to the poor, it is better for you." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:71. 31. Zakat doesn't apply to unused property or land. Myth. Property or land that isn't rented or used doesn't require zakat. Proof. If the property is intended for trade or investment, it is subject to zakat. Idle property without such intent may not require zakat. 32. Zakat doesn't apply to bank savings. Myth. Money held in savings accounts is exempt from zakat. Proof. Bank savings exceeding nisab and held for a lunar year are zakat eligible. 33. You don't need to calculate zakat precisely. Myth. Estimating the amount of zakat owed is enough. Proof. Precise calculations are necessary to ensure justice and proper distribution. The Prophet encouraged accuracy and fairness in all dealings. 34. Zakat is unnecessary if you've donated during the year. Myth. Other charitable donations during the year can replace zakat. Proof. Donations, sadaqah, are voluntary, while zakat is a mandatory annual obligation. 35. Cryptocurrency holdings don't require zakat. Myth. Cryptocurrencies are exempt from zakat. Proof. Modern scholars include cryptocurrencies in zakat calculations if their value exceeds nisab and they are held for a year. 36. Zakat must be in the same physical currency notes. Myth. Zakat must be paid using the exact notes calculated. Proof. The essence of zakat lies in transferring wealth to recipients. The form of the currency doesn't matter as long as the amount is correct. 37. Zakat isn't relevant if wealth fluctuates below nisab during the year. Myth. If wealth dips below nisab at any point, zakat isn't required for that year. Proof. Zakat is due if wealth remains above nisab for 1 lunar year, even if it briefly dips below during that time. 38. UPI or digital transfers are not valid for zakat. Myth. Doubts exist over the validity of paying zakat via modern digital platforms. Proof. The Quran and Sunnah emphasize the act of wealth transfer, not the payment method. Digital systems like UPI are valid means to transfer zakat. 39. Zakat cannot be given to charity organizations. Myth. Zakat must be handed directly to individuals, not through organizations. Proof. Charity organizations that reliably distribute funds to zakat-eligible categories fulfill the obligation. Surah At-Tawbah 9:60 specifies, Zakah expenditures are only for the poor and for the needy and for those employed to collect zakah. 40. The same physical currency notes must be given. Myth. Some believe zakat must be paid using the same currency notes that were calculated. Proof. The essence of zakat is transferring the due amount to recipients. The method or form, whether the same currency or another, doesn't matter as long as the obligation is fulfilled. Zakat is far more than an annual calculation. It is a pillar of our faith that purifies our wealth, cleanses our hearts, and fosters compassion within our communities. Understanding and debunking these myths ensures we fulfill this obligation sincerely and effectively. If you found this video helpful, share it to spread awareness and knowledge. Let's embrace zakat for what it truly is, a transformative act of worship that benefits everyone. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to get more insightful videos.
جزاك الله خيرا.